Hello students, welcome to e-learning session in plant cell and tissue culture. Today in this session, we learn about few applications of somatic hybridization. We know when we do the somatic hybridization, we get two types of hybrids. One is symmetric hybrid and another one is asymmetric hybrid. Symmetric hybrid is the one which will be having the cytoplasm of both the parents and nucleus of the both the parents. If you are fusing A plant protoplast with B plant protoplast, the symmetric hybrid will have the cytoplasm and the nucleus of A protoplast as well as cytoplasm and nucleus of the B plant protoplast. So these hybrids can be produced between the species which cannot be hybridized sexually. So such sexually incompatible species can be fused in this somatic hybridization. So this will bring about the genetic recombination, and these hybrids can be readily used in breeding programs for transfer of useful genes. So these genes may be to improve the quality of the crops or to increase the resistance against the pathogen. Here, this somatic hybridization will be used to transfer the desired gene from one plant to another. So this is also another mean of producing transgenic plants. These somatic hybrids can be produced even between the such strains which are completely sterile. For example, monoploids. So genetic recombination in asexual or sterile plant is also possible. In somatic hybridization, cytoplasm transfer takes place. So this somatic hybridization minimizes the time taken for the cytoplasm transfer to, so that will reduces the time required for the cytoplasm transfer between the two plants from one, within 1 year it could be transferred, but otherwise in backcross method the same process of transferring the cytoplasm was taking more than 7 years, or at least 6 to 7 years were required to transfer the cytoplasm between the plant. But in case of the somatic hybridization, this could be done within a year. And in some experiment, it may also take 15 to 16 years to transfer the complete cytoplasm to uh, the offspring or the hybrid by the repeated backcrossing method. We learned about the symmetric hybrid, but when there is asymmetric hybrid formation takes place, they will have the nucleus of one parent or the cytoplasm of the two parent, or else they may have the cytoplasm of one parent and the nuclear component of the two parent. Such type of hybrids are called as the asymmetric hybrids. They are called asymmetric hybrid. So one such asymmetric hybrid is cybrid formation. Here, the cytoplasmic material of the two parents will be fused, but the nucleus of only one parent will be retained. That means the nucleus of the only one parent will be retained, but the cytoplasm of the two parents will be mixed in the hybrid. Such type of asymmetric hybrids are called as cybrids, and the process is called as the cybridization. Cybridization is the process of production of the cybrids. Cybrids are the hybrids. They are having the protoplasm or the cytoplasm of the two parents and the nuclear component of only one parent. And this type of hybrids are called as cybrids. Here what they do to have the nucleus of only one parent, the other parent where the nucleus is not required, such parent nucleus or the cells will be exposed to the X-ray radiation, or they will be irradiated. So during this period, the nucleus of that parent will be completely degraded, but the cytoplasm will be retained. So by this technique, you can have the combination of the cytoplasm of the two parent, and only one parent nucleus will be retained. This approach has been potentially used for transfer of two desirable traits, that is especially inherited in the cytoplasm. They are called as cytoplasmic male sterility, and this will be used for the production of resistant varieties. For example, resistance to atrazine herbicide has been produced by this technique of hybridization. Somatic hybrid can be used to have alternative to obtain the tetraploids. So you can get the symmetric hybrid between the two diploid plants to get the tetraploid plant. Hybridization becomes possible between the plants that are still in juvenile phase. Since we are fusing the protoplast, so the hybridization is possible. This somatic hybridization is a tool for studying the inheritance or the functioning of the cytoplasmic genes and their activity, how they bring about various function inside the cell. This is regarding the application of the somatic hybridization. So this somatic hybridization, it's a novel technique where the hybridization is possible between the species or between the genera. So respectively, they are called as interspecific somatic hybridization and intergeneric somatic hybridization respectively. Using this somatic hybridization technique, we have the hybrid of potato and tomato, that is called as pomato. So pomato will bear the tomato in the shoot region and potato in the root region. So that is the advantage of having the technique of somatic hybridization. The production of fertile diploids and polyploids is possible in case of somatic hybridization from sexually sterile haploids or aneuploids, and even from the triploids. This somatic hybridization is a tool for transfer of genes of disease resistance, like they will be resistant to the particular pathogen infection, that is possible by somatic hybridization. And in addition to that, we can also transfer the stress resistant genes, especially abiotic stress resistant genes or herbicide resistant genes, and other quality characters can be transferred by using the somatic hybridization. This is regarding the applications of somatic hybridization. In addition to the applications of somatic applications or the advantages, this somatic hybridization also has the disadvantages. This technique for protoplast isolation, culture, and fusion are not available for many important crop species like cereals and pulses. Thus, that is the disadvantage of somatic hybridization. In many cases, chromosome elimination occurs during the production of somatic hybrids. That leads to the production of asymmetric hybrid. Such hybrids may be useful, but there is no control over the chromosome elimination. There is no control over the chromosome elimination. In addition to this, the another important disadvantage is many somatic hybrids, they show genetic instability. So this genetic instability may be inherited from one generation to another generation. Most of the time, many somatic hybrids, either they do not regenerate or they give rise to sterile regenerates. Such hybrids are useless in case of crop improvement. And these fused hybrids, sometimes they'll be non-viable. And sometimes this somatic hybridization may produce unfavorable hybrids. And we lack the selection procedures or the efficient methods for the selection of these somatic hybrids. And there is no confirmation for the expression of particular trait in the somatic hybrids. So this session will tell you the few applications and disadvantages of somatic hybridization. I hope you understood this session. Thank you.